was taken to cemetery. You know, and it means that, you know, one day I was preaching, I told you that I must go there and lift up my hand. Until I lifted my hand, the concrete will keep going to cemetery. It is the lifting up of the hand that sent the attack on the witch and he came back to confess. By the time a witch started confessing, something has hit her. Because this is the law. This is the law. Once you are exposed, if you don't confess, you die. This is the law. If you see a witch which has not confessed, the supernatural has not exposed her. Your prayer is not enough to bring them to that light. When I look at them, do you know, I didn't even pray against them. When I saw the witches, I laughed. I said, who has killed a lion and will be afraid of a leopard? What are you talking about? That a cat is coming to threaten me? If you were a cat, can you go to David and threaten David? No. Who said that David didn't have a sword? When David said, I'll cut off your head. Today, let's say the God showed me, say, who told you David didn't have a sword? You went to preach and he said that he was looking at Goliath's sword. No. What about Goliath's sword? It is Goliath that fell down. That more better could have put the sword and ran away with it. No. He said David had a sword, but his sword was in his mouth. Oh, yeah. Somebody heard it. 2020, may your sword be in your mouth. No. So the people that kill, they don't kill. Listen. There was this wave, somebody came to say, Prophet, there are some cars that are can't bulletproof, you have to get one. I laugh. I told him, I said, witches has killed more people than the red bullet. I said, the bullet that comes in the spirit is more dangerous than the bullet in the physical. What are you talking about? How do people have guns? I said, you don't need bulletproof. Get bulletproof in the spirit. Listen, when you walk with a hedge, no arrow, no bullets, no weapon. True story, 18th century. A man was traveling from Europe to Australia and the ship sank. I'm trying to get the name. I forgot it. The ship sank. And when the ship sank, everybody was going down. And the man somehow floated on the water. It is the greatest rescue in the history of the universe. When the ship sank, I'll find his name and tell you. Some name. And the next rescue ship came out and found a man on the surface of the water. And they took him. He's the only survivor. When they were going, the second ship sank. Everybody died. The third ship that came, found another man, the same man, and they took him into the third ship. On their way, the wave came, and the third ship also sank. Everybody died. And this man was still floating on the water. And the fourth ship took him, true story, and put him in the ship. On their way, the fifth ship was hit and sank. Everybody died, and the fifth ship saw the man. On their way, the fifth ship was hit and sank. The sixth ship also came, everybody had died, and found the man. The seventh ship came in the sea. Everybody died. And they rescued, and there's only the man. When they got to the boat, the captain came and looked at the man and said, you are the only person we find dead. But I want you to do us a favor. Do us a favor. There is a woman sick at the downside of the boat. It's an old lady. Since we started this journey, he has prayed that she will never die. Everything about his life has stopped. But he said he will never die until he sees his son. He knows all the crew members. He said, Lord, let me not die until I see the face of my son. That's the only favor. The captain said, all the crew members, the woman know them. So the trick cannot work. The woman is suffering. We want her to die. So pretend like you are the son, because you are the only person he doesn't know in the ship. And when you get there, he can see very well. He can see, but not very well. Wear his son's dress, because he brought some of his son's dress, so that if he sees you, he can go ahead and die, because you are the only one he doesn't know. The guy was going to Australia to go and find his mother. The mother has come to Europe to find his son. On his way back, the 7th ship that the captain begged him, when he got there, it was his mother at the down part of the ship. The only reason the guy didn't die is because of the old man's prayer. You can imagine how many people you have killed by stopping praying for them. How many people you have allowed the devil to kill. That's just food for thought. True story. When they say, that's my mom. The man mentioned his name. The mother brought out his 3 pictures, teenage picture, and when he was a little boy, look at it and cry. As he was hugging the mother, the woman passed away and died. Say, Lord, now I have seen my son. The power of not just pray, but a praying woman. One great man of God told me something. He said, son, if you see yourself in a battle face to face with hell, let women pray for you. Dr. Yonggi Cho said, all my prayer warriors are women. There are some things only women can do. They only have grace. The Lord deliver African men from thinking they can live without women. It's a difficulty. It is not good that the man should be alone. I'll make him a helpmate. Let's end with this. I'll continue that on 31st. Lazarus is dead. John chapter 11 verse 1. He's died. Look at the story. This is what I'm ending. The end results. John chapter 11 verse number 1. Now a certain man was sick named Lazarus of Bethany, the town of Mary and Martha. Martha's sister. It was that Mary which anointed the Lord with ointment and wiped his feet with her hair, whose brother Lazarus was sick. Therefore his sisters sent unto him, saying, Lord, behold, whom thou lovest is sick. And when Jesus heard that, he said, This sickness is not unto death.
This sickness is not unto death.
This sickness is not unto death. But the glory of God, that the Son of Man may be glorified thereby. I have finished preaching. Now Jesus loved Martha. Listen. Now Jesus loved Martha and her sister and Lazarus. You need to hear this. Don't clap. To help you. And when he has heard, therefore, that he was sick, he abode 2 days still in the same place where he was. And after that, said he to his disciples, let us go to Judea again. His disciples said unto him, Master, the Jews of late sought to stone thee, and goest thou thither again? Jesus said, are there not 12 hours in a day? If any man walk in a day, he stumbleth not, because he sees the light of this world. 2012, may you walk in a day. But if a man walk in the night, he stumbleth, because there is no light in him. This thing said he, and after that he said unto them, our friend Lazarus sleepeth, declaring the end results. Not saying what others are saying. In the midst of all the deaf pronunciation, you say something different. I have a word for you 31st December. But go, that I may wake him out of sleep. Somebody talk to me. Then said his disciples, go that I may do what? Wake him out of what? Talk to me, don't sleep on me. Wake him out of what? Somebody say sleep. Wake Lazarus out of what? Okay, if somebody is sleeping, what do you go and do? Has anybody gone to cemetery to wake people up? I say, have anybody gone to cemetery to go there and be waking people out? Who do you wake up? Was Lazarus sleeping? I say, was Lazarus sleeping? What did you say? Physically, yes. Spiritually, what? Have you seen anybody in the spirit before? Tell somebody, don't deceive yourself. You are now trying to learn the things in the spirit. It's not the way you are talking. Everybody say, and then said his disciple. Now listen, it is easy for you to talk all the spirit and the natural. When you find yourself in this situation, what will you say? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Have you noticed the way you have preached about the way you lost that business? Have you noticed the way you have preached about the way the guy disappointed you? Have you noticed the way you have preached about the way the guy left you? What do you want the guy to do? One day I was banding the devil. He came to me and told me, are you going to preach? I said, yes. I said, you are doing your job. You don't want me to do my job. It is the devil's job to attack. If you fire him, there's nothing he can do. Keep on going. I'm preaching. How be Jesus spoke of this death? But they thought that he has spoken of taking rest in sleep. So when they were putting pressure, Jesus came and said that, I didn't make an montias. I'm speaking the end results. Hello? The guy is dead. But I am speaking the end, because if you can't speak the end, you can't start. Shh. Verse 40, watch this. Verse 40, watch this. 40. I didn't say 14, I said 40. There should be 40 somewhere. Yes. Jesus says unto her, said I not unto thee, that if thou wouldest believe, thou shouldest see the glory of God. Okay, watch this. I want to show you one thing and I'll close. Then he took away the stone from the place. They took away the stone from the place where the dead was laid. Remember, he has already declared the end result. What is the end result of the matter? The guy is sleeping. What is the end of the result? The guy is not dead. You don't read. Physically, it's not there. So listen, what you see in the physical is not conclusion. Yeah. That's right. I'll just lay hands on somebody, his story will change. Amen. But I'm not a reviver. Today, because your dress doesn't look like you are in for revival. Watch this. Watch this. Then they took away the stone. Remember, Lazarus is not dead by what? I'm going to show you something. Okay? There is a reason you are praying some prayer that heaven is not hearing. Heaven has not heard what you said in the beginning. So they cannot pick the prayer from the end. It is what you say in the beginning that make the end prayer becomes authentic. Watch this. Then they took away the stone from the place where the dead was laid, and Jesus lifted up his eyes and said, Father, because of what I've already said in the beginning, I thank you. Yeah. The Lord told me to tell you that He's tired of your disturbances. You cannot come to Him every day telling Him that you have to marry. You said that prayer 3 years ago. Now he expected you to come and say, Father, I thank you that I am married. But the reason you keep praying, I cannot come to God and tell you, Lord, heal me. I've already prayed the healing prayer. Now, Father, I thank you. Father, 2020, listen. Nothing is going to come by magic. Everything that is going to happen to you, your mouth must create it. Period. He kept saying, we can lay hands on you until we lose all your wig and your hair. Nothing will happen. It's not laying of hands that move God. Laying hands. This is a wig. Is that correct? It's a wig. I can see it because it's very heavy. It's a wig. This one too is a wig. This one is this one. He's not an Indian. He can't have that kind of hair. Are you getting it? You make him lay hands out, you become bald hair. You see, we cannot twist God's hand to do something out of his laws, the contents of his laws. To be born again, you must confess Christ. Are you getting it? We can't lay hands on a sinner to be born again. In the name of Jesus, be born again. I'll be going to the street to lay hands on people. Believe in your heart and confess it with your mouth. So God is saying that the money you want to see 2020, you must see the money in the spirit. And when you see the money, start saying it. Yame yosahene Amenyina kotuno Meso mekotuno Mebo nidina Yame wo yosahene Amenyina kotuno Meso mekotuno Ane Mebo nidina Meso yame I don't want to go back confused. Jesus died, but he's not dead. So that is the principle Jesus used to raise Lazarus up. You can die, but it doesn't mean you are dead. There are two differences. The power of the resurrection doesn't permit you to die. Even though death can attack you. So Jesus died, but Jesus is not dead. Because it is written in the tomb that he is not here. He is. He said, go and teach the message. But power is in my word. When they pick the word, they will create the miracles in their bedroom. It will just, don't let them just walk in one miracle. Let them walk in the miraculous. Let it be part of them. Faith can generate the miracles. It is powerful to know what to do when the devil knocks at your door. Shall you listen to what I'm saying? Lift up your holy hands. Thank you, Jesus. Hey, pray in the spirit for 2 minutes. Pray in the spirit. Pray in the spirit for 2 minutes. Lord, open my spirit.
Ebranda babaribiyata gadas kopandini abaka. Epara babaribiyata gabranda baba.
Pray in the spirit.
Ozaba babaribiyata gabayatos kapa. Epanta ribiyata gabranda baba yapa. Ekapanda branda babaribiyata gabrandos kapaya. Ekaparia tata ribiyata gabrandos kapa. Epanta ribiyata gabranda bahatoska. Epanta ribiyata gabayata. Epanta ribiyata gabranda baba. Alagados kapanda branda daba shanda bahatosa. Epante ribiyata gabranda baha. Elabahatos.
Somebody want to see his green card, they believe he has it. It doesn't work. Somebody want to see the doctor say you are healed before they believe. I heard of the Austin, Joel Austin's mother said, they say go to hospital to confirm the healing of your cancer. He said, I don't want anything to disturb my faith. The doctor gave me 3 weeks to live, and I've left for 9 months. Whatever kept me for 9 months is able to keep me. I don't want any report to confirm what I said. Now, who said God doesn't have a lab report? The lab report said that by his stripes. And so Elijah said, whose report will you? The only reason you believe this one is that you can see it. Listen to this one. There is something about faith. This morning the Lord told me for around 5:30. He said, the word has programmed you to believe before you see. What is the connection of fasting in the journey of faith? It enhances faith. Because it has power to kill unbelief. So just that. He is the light of the world. Resurrection. He is salvation for the sinful. He is rest for the weary. Such a wonderful man. He's called us to meet, to commune with him, to partake of his word. We will love him, we will love him, we will love him, we will love him. I've been singing this song in the spirit for long now. He is the light of the world, resurrection and the light. Jesus is the salvation for the sinful. He has a rest for the world. Such a wonderful man. He's called us to be his friend, to commune with him, to partake of his word. We will love him, we will love him, we will love him, we will love him. Listen, By faith, receive your healing. May you receive grace to go and keep saying. He kept on 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 saying. Whatever the anointing hit you for, I declare that it is done. Our sound has become some way, so it's just making me not able to worship. You have to do something about this sound before we go to 2020. It's really disturbing me. Hallelujah. You have to do something. Anyway, nobody will left out of this glory. I want you to prepare for spiritual foundation. Because what you say in the beginning determines what happens at the end. And so generally, something must be said. And by the end, you must be able to see what you said. Join me there. From 6th of January, we are going to engage in a spiritual foundation, because there's a covenant making God and there's a covenant keeping God. One of the things I love about him is that he's a covenant keeping God. Yes, and on 31st, we will see what God has for us in the year. When the word comes, you pick it up, you run with it, God backs it up. You can drop it anywhere, God will not take it up. When you take it, you connect yourself, tie it to your waist, and run it with it. Abraham staggered not at the promise of God. It was said in Genesis chapter number 17. And Abraham staggered not. With all the contradiction, he staggered not at the promise. He considered not. It doesn't matter what was showing up. God's word is the final. I'm not talking about picking it and dropping it, picking it and drop. I'm not talking about hit and run Christian. I'm not talking about roller coaster Christians. When things are nice, you claim you are faith. When something challenges you some other, you come down and you don't want to rise again. No. The word called patient is not because sitting down to wait until something happens. Patient is behaving the same at every circumstance. So watch this. When there's no money in your pocket, we can't see it. When there's money in your pocket, we can't see it. The climatic condition doesn't change your attitude. No. If you see somebody depressed and start talking, and then man cry a crowd, and then he has invited more demons. Hallelujah. Amen. But if you see somebody, the Shunammite man's son is dead. The husband who is a faithful man say, call his mother. Thank God. May the men who don't have faith consider their wife who has faith and just ride on their faith. He said, take the child and give it to his mother. The man knows he has no faith. He said, or damn it, child, give it to his mother. He said, saddle me and ask. I'm going to the source of the miracle. This same prophet that brought the miracle, I'm going to the source. When there is an attack, find the source of the attack. Find the source of the breakthrough and go there to reverse the attack. He was running. Elisha saw him coming and told Gehazi to meet him and say, ask the Shunammite man, is it well with your husband? Say, it is well. Is it well with your life? It is well. Is it well with your son? It is well. And the boy is dead. Because you must declare the end results from the beginning. There is nothing like tell prophets. No. Is it well with your son? The boy is on the axe dead. It is well. Because he has declared the end result. The woman knows it is going to be well. Also, for talking about shutting your mouth and keeping quiet in the midst of hearing bad news. When the angel came to Zechariah and he started making nonsense and speaking, he said, we have to shut your mouth. If you don't shut your mouth, you will kill this miracle. So the angel just took his vocal cords and just shut his mouth. And that shows the authority man has. Which means that God is